Hey, it's Uncle Johnny again, just wanting to share a little story and a thought. What's a child's first perception of death? I remember mine. I was probably in first grade. I had a wonderful kindergarten teacher. Her name was Mrs. Maurer, and she adored me. I really grew and excelled in that class, and I guess I was the only one who was reading and on a very high level of learning, and she allowed me to really thrive. So I guess I moved on to first grade or second grade. And she had a wonderful husband who was a great science teacher. And he did things like incubate eggs. You could see the stages of development and a lot of great science experiments. He was very renowned for being a great science teacher, Mr. Maurer. I think his name was Norman Maurer. He said, by hook or by crook, Johnny, I'm going to get you in my class. He couldn't wait for me to get to his class. He was a sixth grade teacher. So we had a few years. So one day I wake up at our big old house on Osborne Avenue, one of those big summer houses you see. I go down the stairs and I sit down having some cereal. My father's looking very stern at the paper. He hands it to me. I must be 7 or 8 years old. He says, Johnny, I want you to read this story. I look at it and it says, Norman Maurer, teacher, dead at age 59. I just look at it for a couple extra seconds. And I think, I'm never going to be in his class. By hook or by crook. It's all over. He's never going to be my teacher now. And I put the paper down. My father just looked at me and didn't say anything. Just was shaking my head, really sad. I don't remember what my father said or if he said anything or if I said anything. I was just sad and shocked. And I couldn't eat the rest of my breakfast, I remember that. Went to the school and of course Mrs. Maurer wasn't there. She was gone for at least a week. That's the sitting Shiva. Shiva means 7. And for Jewish people, you don't go out of the house and you stay home and you mourn for 7 days. And eventually she came back. And when I was a little older, I think she invited me over for lunch and we had lunch together. Hard-boiled eggs and salad and stuff, very light meal. She was a wonderful lady, one of those teachers that just inspire you to be a better person. I'm really sorry I never got to take any classes with her husband because I'm sure it would have inspired me to be a better student also and to be a better science person. So that was my first introduction into death and not being able to be with someone that I really wanted to be with. So that's what happened.